Have you ever been told you're too lazy for taking an afternoon nap? Or maybe someone raised an eyebrow because you skipped the gym one day. Well, what if I told you that some of these so-called lazy habits could actually be adding years to your life? Today, we're flipping the script. I'm going to walk you through 8 everyday habits that society often labels as lazy, but science says they might actually boost your health, protect your heart, and improve your brain power, especially as we age. And trust me, you won't want to miss habit 6. It's one most doctors never even mention, but it could completely change how you look at your day. Oh, and if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We're building a warm, supportive space here for anyone wanting to age with strength, grace, and, yes, a little bit of joy, too. We live in a world that glorifies being busy, always on the go, always achieving. But as we get older, our needs shift, and sometimes what's called lazy by others is actually your body's wisdom speaking up. Take my friend George, for example. He's 74 and swore he was just being lazy because he started enjoying slow mornings and longer lunches. But guess what? His blood pressure is better than it's been in years. This video is for people like George, for all of us who are learning to slow down, listen to our bodies, and discover that less really can be more. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's explore 8 habits that seem lazy on the surface, but might actually help you live longer and feel better. Habit 1. Taking naps. During the day, you might feel guilty for dozing off after lunch, thinking it's a sign of laziness or low energy. But in reality, short daytime naps, especially those lasting 20 to 30 minutes, can be incredibly beneficial for your health, especially as you age. These power naps do more than just refresh you. Scientific studies have shown that brief midday sleep can lead to improved memory, sharper concentration, better emotional regulation, and even a reduced risk of heart disease. For older adults whose sleep at night may be fragmented due to hormonal changes or health conditions, napping offers a natural way to restore balance. Unlike longer naps that can leave you groggy, short naps are just enough to rest the brain without entering deep sleep stages. They can improve alertness and reaction time, especially in the late afternoon when natural energy dips occur. And unlike the myth that naps interfere with nighttime sleep, well-timed naps, usually before 3 p.m., can actually enhance nighttime sleep quality by reducing overtiredness and stress. Biologically, our bodies are wired for a dip in alertness during the early afternoon hours. This is part of the natural circadian rhythm, not laziness. Tuning into this rhythm and giving your body a short rest break may help reduce inflammation and support immune function, which are both crucial for longevity and resilience in older age. Psychologically, naps can also be a form of self-care. They reduce stress levels by calming the nervous system and lowering cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Over time, these small moments of rest can contribute to a greater sense of mental clarity and emotional well-being. Even famous creative minds and thinkers like Winston Churchill and Albert Einstein were strong advocates for naps, crediting them for renewed mental energy and problem-solving abilities. Real example: my Aunt Martha, 79, swears by her 2 p.m. nap. She says it helps her stay sharp for her evening crossword puzzle, and her doctor noticed her blood pressure improved once she made naps a regular thing. But what if resting more could also help your weight and digestion? Habit 2 may surprise you. Habit 2. Sitting down to eat, slowly. In today's fast-paced world, even mealtimes can feel rushed. But for older adults, slowing down during meals is one of the simplest and most powerful habits for long-term health. It's not just about manners, it's about how your body processes food and signals your brain. When you eat slowly and mindfully, you're giving your digestive system time to do its job properly. Chewing thoroughly starts digestion in the mouth, allowing enzymes to break down food more efficiently before it reaches the stomach. This simple act alone can reduce bloating, gas, and indigestion, common concerns for many seniors. But it's not only your stomach that benefits. Eating slowly also gives your brain time to catch up. It takes about 20 minutes for your brain to register that your stomach is full. When you rush through meals, you're more likely to overeat without realizing it, which can lead to weight gain, blood sugar spikes, and discomfort. Slowing down helps reduce stress hormones too. When you sit at the table, breathe deeply between bites, and enjoy your meal without distractions, your nervous system shifts into rest and digest mode. This calming effect supports heart health, improves nutrient absorption, and may even lower your risk of chronic diseases linked to inflammation. The environment also plays a role. Eating while standing, scrolling through your phone, or watching TV can disconnect you from the eating experience. But when you create a calm, intentional space for meals, it encourages better food choices and more satisfaction from smaller portions. Relatable example. Think of Shirley, who used to eat on the couch while watching TV. Now, she plays soft music and eats at the table, chewing slowly. She lost 7 pounds without even trying and said her heartburn vanished too. Imagine this. Picture your stomach like a garden. It thrives when you water it slowly, not when you dump a bucket all at once. Gentle care leads to lasting growth. This small shift, taking 5 to 10 extra minutes per meal, can lead to meaningful results over time. It's not about dieting or discipline, it's about presence. Next up, what if skipping intense workouts actually helped you live longer? Habit 3. Choosing gentle movement over high-intensity exercise. There's a common belief that exercise only counts if you're out of breath, dripping sweat, or sore the next day. But for older adults, this mindset can do more harm than good. In fact, gentle, consistent movement may be more effective for long-term health, mobility, and even longevity than pushing your body to its limit. As we age, our joints, muscles, and bones naturally undergo changes. High-impact or high-intensity workouts can sometimes lead to inflammation, injuries, or even setbacks in recovery, especially if we're not conditioned for them. But that doesn't mean you should stop moving. The key is to move smarter, not harder. Gentle forms of movement like brisk walking, tai chi, light yoga, swimming, and stretching routines offer a wide range of benefits without putting unnecessary stress on the body. These activities improve circulation, support joint health, regulate blood sugar, boost mood, and help maintain muscle tone and balance, all while being kind to your system. Even better, movement doesn't have to be structured or happen in a gym. Everyday tasks like gardening, dancing in the kitchen, or taking a short stroll after meals all contribute to your physical well-being. It's about staying in motion throughout the day, rather than concentrating all your effort into one intense session. Real story. After a knee injury, Frank, 68, swapped his jogs for morning walks and light gardening. Not only did his joint pain decrease, but he lost weight and his sleep improved. There's also a mental benefit. Gentle movement activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for calm and recovery. You may notice your mind feels clearer, your mood more balanced, and your sleep deeper on days you move more gently. You're not alone if you've felt pressure to push harder. Many seniors carry this idea from earlier years, but here's the truth. Aging well isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. Moving daily, even at a comfortable pace, adds up to powerful long-term results. And speaking of rhythms, have you ever let yourself just do nothing? What if being still is the secret weapon no one talks about? Habit 4. Embracing unproductive time. In a world that glorifies constant productivity, doing nothing can feel like a guilty pleasure. But for older adults, intentional idleness isn't laziness. It's a form of restoration that's deeply beneficial for both the brain and body. Whether you're gazing out the window, listening to the wind, or simply sipping tea in silence, these moments of quiet give your mind a chance to breathe and recalibrate. Unlike sleep, where your brain cycles through stages of rest, these wakeful pauses offer something different: mental stillness with awareness. And that's where the magic happens. You see, the brain has a default mode network, a system that activates when you're not focused on any particular task. Scientists believe this network helps process emotions, sort through memories, and even solve problems in the background. So, what feels unproductive is often your brain doing some of its most important behind-the-scenes work. These quiet periods can also lower cortisol levels, reduce anxiety, and even protect against cognitive decline. For older adults, carving out space for reflection or stillness, even just 10 to 15 minutes a day, can lead to greater mental clarity, more emotional resilience, and an improved sense of well-being. The key is to resist the urge to fill every gap with distractions, TV, phones, chores. Instead, give yourself permission to simply be. No goals, no checklists, just presence. Example: Janet, 72, started doing nothing for 15 minutes each morning. No phone, no TV, just quiet time with tea. She says her anxiety plummeted and her days feel more focused now. Think of your mind like a snow globe. When it's constantly shaken with thoughts, noise, and activity, everything stays cloudy. But the moment you let it rest, the flakes settle and suddenly things become clear. You're not alone if you've felt restless during quiet moments. Many of us were raised to equate idleness with laziness. But the truth is, this gentle pause is part of a healthy rhythm, like the spaces between musical notes that make the melody meaningful. What if your tendency to sleep in is actually doing your heart a favor? Habit 5: sleeping in when your body asks for it. For much of our lives, we've been conditioned to wake up early to rise with the sun, beat the clock, and start the day right. But in our later years, that mindset may no longer serve us. Listening to your body's sleep cues, especially allowing yourself to sleep in, can actually support your longevity. As we age, our sleep cycles naturally shift. Melatonin production may decline, and we might wake up more often during the night. These changes can make restful, deep sleep harder to come by. So when your body finally does want to rest longer in the morning, it's not being lazy, it's catching up on the healing and repair it desperately needs. Quality sleep is critical for immune function, hormone balance, memory processing, and even cardiovascular health. Missing out on it just to stick to an old habit of waking early can actually lead to more fatigue, irritability, and even health setbacks during the day. In contrast, allowing an extra hour or two of sleep can improve mental sharpness, mood, and physical energy. Relatable moment: Bob, 76, always woke at 5 a.m. out of habit even when retired. When he started sleeping in until 7, his mood improved and he stopped falling asleep during the day. Some people worry that sleeping too much is a bad thing. But it's important to distinguish between oversleeping due to poor health, which should be discussed with a doctor, and choosing to sleep longer because your body genuinely needs it. That extra rest is especially valuable after busy days, poor nights of sleep, or emotional stress. Think of your body like a rechargeable battery. If you haven't fully recharged overnight, you'll run on low power all day. Sleeping in is simply finishing the charge, giving your brain and body a full tank for the day ahead. You're not alone if you feel a little guilty sleeping past sunrise. But remember, your worth isn't measured by how early you wake up, it's measured by how well you care for yourself. Now, let's dive into a habit that might surprise you: not finishing everything on your plate on purpose. Habit 6: saying no without guilt. This one's big. Many of us grew up believing that being helpful, agreeable, and always available was a virtue. And while kindness and generosity are beautiful traits, There comes a time, especially in later life, when saying yes to everyone else can quietly become a no to your own well-being. As we get older, our energy becomes more precious. Fatigue sets in more easily, recovery takes longer, and emotional bandwidth isn't infinite. So when you feel drained by constant commitments, social obligations, or family responsibilities, it's not selfish to say no, it's necessary self-care. Saying no doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're wise enough to recognize your limits. You're honoring your time, energy, and health, which, let's be honest, are among your most valuable assets right now. And when you say no to something that depletes you, you're actually making room to say yes to what nourishes you, like rest, hobbies, or spending time with people who truly uplift you. Real example. Marie, 81, felt exhausted from constantly babysitting her grandkids. When she finally set boundaries and only said yes once a week, her health and relationship with her daughter both improved. At first, setting boundaries might feel uncomfortable. You might worry about disappointing others or being judged. But over time, those who truly care about you will come to respect your choices, and your clarity will help strengthen your relationships, not weaken them. Saying no is a muscle. The more you use it with kindness and confidence, the stronger it gets. And remember, no is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain or justify it every time. Simply listening to your body and emotions is reason enough. You're not lazy, you're wise enough to protect your energy. That's something to be proud of, especially because guarding your emotional health plays a key role in preventing burnout, reducing stress-related illnesses, and boosting overall longevity. Think of your time and energy like a garden. If you give all your water to other people's plants, yours will wilt. Sometimes saying no is just watering your own roots first. And speaking of boundaries, what about enjoying a little indulgence without guilt? Habit 7. Allowing small pleasures. Yes, even dessert. As we grow older, it's common to feel pressure to be good, whether that means eating perfectly, sticking to routines, or cutting out anything that feels indulgent. But here's the truth. Life doesn't need to be lived on a tightrope of restriction. In fact, embracing small pleasures, guilt-free, can be a surprisingly powerful way to support your emotional and even physical health. Many older adults are told to cut out sugar, avoid salt, or stop watching too much television. And while balance and moderation are important, completely removing the things that bring you joy can backfire. Constant self-denial can increase stress, irritability, and feelings of isolation, which in turn affect your immune system, blood pressure, and overall mood. Allowing yourself a small, joyful treat, whether it's a favorite dessert, a cozy movie night, or a warm bubble bath, is not laziness or indulgence. It's emotional nourishment. That moment of happiness can lift your spirits, reduce stress hormones, and even support brain health over time. The key is not the size of the pleasure, it's the freedom to enjoy it without guilt. Example, Helen, 70, lets herself have a scoop of vanilla ice cream on Fridays. That little ritual brings her joy, and that joy helps her feel less lonely. Think of these pleasures as your personal emotional vitamins. They help fill the gaps that diet or medication can't reach. You don't need a huge vacation or a fancy meal. Sometimes it's just letting yourself sit in the sun with your favorite book or listening to music that brings back good memories. It's also about reclaiming autonomy. Choosing what makes you happy and allowing it into your routine sends a message to yourself. My joy matters. I deserve this. You're not alone if you've felt guilty for enjoying something just because. But remember, happiness is not a luxury. It's part of your health. Denying small pleasures doesn't make you stronger. Embracing them with balance can make you more resilient, more connected, and more at peace. So the next time you think about skipping that slice of pie or turning off your favorite show early, pause, ask yourself, does this bring me joy? If it does, let yourself enjoy it. And now, let's explore the final habit, one that's surprisingly underrated but deeply healing. Habit 8. Letting go of the to-do list, some days. In a world that constantly pushes productivity, slowing down can feel wrong. But here's the truth. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for your health and happiness is give yourself full permission to do absolutely nothing. Not every day needs to be filled with chores, checklists, or errands. In fact, resting without guilt is a deeply restorative act, especially as we age. Many older adults carry a lifetime of habits that link self-worth to doing. If I didn't accomplish something today, did the day even count? That inner dialogue is common, but also unfair. Your value isn't measured by how much you get done. It's measured by how deeply you care for yourself and those around you. And some days, that means pausing. Example, David, 75, now has what he calls pajama days, a day where he doesn't dress up, clean, or plan. He reads, naps, watches old movies, and guess what? He says those days recharge his soul. There's something quietly healing about having no agenda. It gives your nervous system a break. It allows your body to relax, your mind to wander, and your emotions to catch up. You may notice you feel more creative, less tense, or even more appreciative of life's little details the next day. It's also a chance to tune in to what you really need. When you're not rushing from one task to the next, your heart and body can speak more clearly. Maybe what you really needed wasn't to clean out the closet. It was to take a nap, call a friend, or simply sit in the garden and listen to the birds. Letting go of the to-do list once in a while isn't lazy. It's intentional living. It's about recognizing that life is not a race to the finish line, but a series of moments meant to be experienced and felt. So the next time you feel the urge to fill every hour with a task, ask yourself, is this what I truly need today? If not, it's okay to just be, because rest in its quiet simplicity might just be one of the healthiest habits of all. So let's review those 8 lazy habits that can actually help you live longer, feel better, and age with grace. Napping during the day, eating slowly, choosing gentle movement, doing nothing on purpose. 5. Sleeping in. 6. Saying no without guilt. 7. Enjoying small pleasures. 8. Ditching the to-do list sometimes. If even one of these made you feel seen or gave you permission to breathe a little easier, that's a win. Growing older isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most to your body, your heart, and your peace of mind. You're not lazy, you're wise, you're listening, and that might be the most powerful thing of all. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video made you smile or gave you something to think about, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might need to hear this too. And let me know in the comments, which of these habits surprised you the most, or which one are you going to embrace this week? Let's keep supporting each other and proving that aging well doesn't mean hustling harder. Sometimes it means slowing down and loving yourself more. Take care, and see you next time.